Solving systems of equations using elimination, lesson 11 notes. Example number 1. Solve the system of linear equations using elimination. Well, example number 1 is the type of problem we definitely want, because if you look closely there, we already have opposites. 3a and negative 3a are opposites. Pause your video and write that down. Because 3a and negative 3a are already opposites, I don't have to worry about multiplying anything. I simply cancel the a terms, and now I combine the other terms. So I'm going to combine these two terms, and then I'm going to combine these two terms. So negative 4 plus 2 would give me negative 2b. And then negative 7 plus 11 would give me 4. So I eliminated the a term, leaving just the b term and the constant terms. And then I combined them vertically. And now I have a one-step equation to solve for b. Divide both sides by negative 2. Allows me to cancel the negative 2's. And we have b equals negative 2. Right, now that we know what the value of b is, we need to solve it into either one of the equations and solve for a. If you were doing this all by yourself, it wouldn't matter which one you substituted it back into, but because we're doing this together, I'm going to use the top equation. So everybody needs to rewrite the top equation. 3a minus 4b equals negative 7. Since we solve for b here, that's going to go in for the b in this equation. So that means wherever I see the b, that's where I'm going to put parentheses. So I've got 3a minus 4, and then put the parentheses, equals negative 7. Because this negative 2 is going to sub in for the b. All right, first step, multiplication. So the 3a will stay the same. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And bring down the negative 7. And now this becomes a one-step equation. If you need to, box your variable term. That's going to stay on the right. That means we need to take our constant term, the 3a is going to stay on the left, and we need to take the constant term to the right. So the inverse operation would be to subtract 8 from both sides. So the 8's would cancel, bring down the 3a. Negative 7 minus 8 is negative 15. And now we've got one step left to solve, and that's to divide both sides by 3. The 3's would cancel, and what you have left is a equals negative 5. Now, we have a equals negative 5 and b equals 2, or negative 2. When you go to put your final answer, you want to put it in alphabetical order. So a will go on top. So a equals negative 5, b equals negative 2. Pause your video, make sure you have that all written down. Okay, back when we learned solving systems of equations using graphing, I introduced you to the GeoGebra graphing calculator. Okay, and yes, you definitely want to use it when graphing, but you could also use it when we solved using substitution, which I mentioned when we did the substitution notes, and you could use it to check your elimination work. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to split the screen here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the substitution notes that we did. So let's look at example 6. I've got 6x minus 2y equals 4, and negative 5x plus y equals negative 0.5. Notice I already typed in some equations to make this quicker. So if I click on those two, zoom in, touch where they intercept, and I get 0.5 and 2, 0.5 and 2. So use this app to check your answers. You could use it for graphing. This was substitution, which I just used, and we can use it for elimination. So now I'm going to go over to the elimination notes we're working on. Let's start with the first problem that we did on the front. So that was 5x plus 4y equals 7, and x plus 4y equals negative 5. All right. Find where they intersect. 3, negative 2. What was our answer? 3, negative 2. Let's check the problem we just did. 3a. This is one I want to mention. Notice how this one doesn't have x and y. This has 3a and b, negative 4b. When you're going to put these into the app, go in alphabetical order. So the first letter will be x, the second letter will be y. So in this case, since I have A and B, A is the first letter of the alphabet, so A is going to represent the X, and B will be the Y. So when I go to type this into the app, I want to put 3X minus 4Y. So 3X minus 4Y is negative 7. And then it would be negative 3X plus 2Y equals 11. So again, the A, I made it an X. The B, I made it the Y. All right, so let's see. Where do these intersect? They intersect at negative 5, negative 2, which is exactly what we got as for our answer. So please use the technology that is provided to check your work. If it's not correct, you know you need to go back and see if you need to fix something. Always start with making sure you typed in the correct equations into the app. Double check, make sure you did that correct first. And that once you know for sure that you typed in the correct equations, then you need to go back to your work and double check it. Okay. So that is it for example 1. If you have any questions, please let me know.